Suicide Prevention in College Communities by Shannon McGinley, Hannah Blias, Laura McGinley, Ashley Fish, Sarah Berry, Nick Coppola, and Allison Manchester. This presentation will cover strengths perspective theory, student accessibility services, systems theory, and on and off campus resources at Bridgewater State University. The next slide will be a video about suicide prevention for colleges and universities.
Millions of people are currently pursuing their college degree and gaining the experiences and skills that help them grow intellectually and personally. Emotional well-being is a critical factor that can positively impact students' ability to learn. And increasingly, colleges and universities recognize that well-being is one of the most important contributors to student satisfaction and retention. Students and parents expect schools to provide an environment where students can learn and thrive. Schools have responded by offering a proliferation of services and resources. But without a strategic plan for supporting emotional health, organizing these efforts effectively can be a serious challenge. And when schools don't meet this challenge, students can fall through the cracks. But that can be prevented. And for most schools, costs as little as $1 per student per year. JED Campus is a nationwide initiative of the JED Foundation, a nonprofit organization dedicated to protecting the emotional well-being of our country's more than 20 million college students. And our approach is helping schools across the country build engaged communities that protect students. Schools are complex systems, and JED's approach helps them connect the dots that create a safety net across that system. Our program provides assessment tools, data-driven action plans, and customized support to help schools understand their needs and implement recommended practices from our JED Campus framework. A consolidation of factors known to promote mental health, prevent suicide, and limit substance abuse. Armed with data from our program, JED Campus schools are implementing some of the most innovative campaigns in higher ed to help millions more students stay in college and graduate ready to tackle life's challenges. And they're working together through the JED Campus Learning Community to ensure more colleges and universities know how to support their students. Even small changes can have big effects, and there are opportunities for every school to strengthen their approach to supporting student success and emotional well-being. Everyone has a role to play in a healthy campus community. Learn how you can play your role today. Visit jedcampus.org to learn more.
For Theory 1, we decided to focus on the strengths perspective theory. The strengths perspective is an approach in social work and psychology that focuses on identifying and building on individuals' and communities' strengths and resources rather than focusing solely on their problems or deficits. Some of the basic concepts of the strengths perspective include a focus on strengths, which emphasizes identifying unique strengths within individuals or communities, which then will hopefully lead to empowerment, which aims to empower individuals by recognizing their strengths and involving them in a decision-making process. This also helps clients, whether it be individuals or communities, find a sense of control within their life circumstances again. Also, resilience acknowledges and builds on the resilience of individuals and communities. Holistic perspective considers individuals within the context of their families, communities, and cultures, and looks at all different points of views. Collaboration encourages collaboration and partnership with support. The more community and support come together, the more this theory is more to be successful. Along with cultural competence, which acknowledges and respects diverse cultural backgrounds and understands how different cultures practice on a day-to-day basis. Along with a solution-focused approach, it focuses on finding solutions and setting goals within an individual or community. Along with normalization, which is an efforts to reducing stigma and promoting understanding when either talking about mental health or a community issue. Self-determination supports individuals' rights to make their own choices and helps again find a sense of control and power within life circumstances once again. And lastly, social justice. It advocates for social policies and practices that promote equality, fairness, and the well-being of all individuals. All of these different aspects build the strengths perspective theory and are what make it successful when implementing it in individual work or community work.
Student Accessibility Services, also known as SAS or SAS, is an on-campus state-funded program in which resources are available for students. According to the SAS philosophy and mission, they aim to provide accommodations for the following members of campus: those with documented learning, intellectual or cognitive disabilities, medical diagnoses or physical challenges, psychological diagnoses, and autism. This resource provides students with the opportunity to grow in ways that are beneficial and comfortable for them by providing support case by case in a variety of ways based on the student's needs, whether social and/or academic support. Application to the strengths perspective theory can be seen by the Bridgewater State Student Accessibility Services program. When assessing this program and its strength, immediately the mission and philosophy are related to this theory. Seen under its logo: empower advocacy, enhance equality, and enrich the community. Student Accessibility Services works to normalize students with disabilities, such as those with psychological diagnoses. Their goal is to reduce stigma and promote understanding for the student population using their services. This can be seen in their all-day event, #BeSeen, in the spring semester. Concerning suicide prevention, Student Accessibility Services will have a table raising awareness of their proactive nature on campus for students at our class event. This will not be the first time this program supports and collaborates with events on campus. Student Accessibility Services promotes collaboration with many campus partners, such as Counseling at the Wellness Center, BSU Police, and the Student Crisis Resources. These are all related to suicide prevention on campus. The assessment for Student Accessibility Services is a follow a strengths perspective theory approach for students working with their office, including college students struggling with suicide on campus.
For Theory 2, our class decided on systems theory. It looks at problems within the systems of relationships in which they occur, and aims to promote change by intervening in the broader system rather than in the individual alone. Systems theory focuses on what they can do, not what they fail to do. It considers the community to be one big machine in which every aspect functions together. Systems theory observes the community as one biological system. It's constantly changing, adapting, and learning from its own mistakes. System theory is also used to better navigate through the systems in which people live. It might provide insights that can assist people in breaking bad habits, stopping behaviors that prevent themselves from living a fuller life.
Here are some of the core concepts of systems theory. First, we have systems, an entity that's made up of interrelated or interdependent parts. Next is complex systems, the greater whole systems made up of individual, smaller systems, generally used in social sciences. Next, we have ecological systems. This is the various systems in an individual's life that influence their behavior. Next is homeostasis. The state of steady conditions within a system. A system is always moving towards homeostasis. Next is adaptation. A system's tendency to make changes that will protect itself when presented with new environmental factors. And lastly, we have feedback loop. when the outputs of a system ultimately affect its inputs, causing the system to feed back into itself circularly.
Broadly, the application of systems theory in social work practice allows a social worker to analyze and understand the impact of many different life factors or systems on a person's life. A systems approach allows practitioners to address gaps or areas that need additional support in their clients' lives. Important factors include mental and physical health, safety, social identity and sense of belonging or community, financial stability, relationships, whether they be family, friends, or romantic relationships, education, employment, environment, governmental impacts, etc. Failure to address these pitfalls in a certain system can result in dysfunction or disorder, a sense of isolation, or mental illness. For our population of college students, this could also lead to suicidal ideation.
When considering college students, the systems theory applies to the importance of suicide awareness in college communities. Specific to Bridgewater State University, there's awareness in speaking openly about suicide prevention and resources with our peers and families. BSU also provides many resources, including therapy dogs, the Wellness Center, and student accessibility services. These are the proactive resources attempting to provide students with support in hopes of creating an environment of safety and assistance for those who may be struggling with their mental well-being. On campus, we also have BSU Police Department, the CARE team, and the Crisis Hotline. These services are mostly available as a reactive resource in times of crisis. BSU also attempts to be collaborative with outside resources that can be beneficial for students to have access to, such as UWIL, Togetherall, WellTrack Boost, Cognito, Dee Dee's Cry, NAMI, Morgan's Message, and 24-hour hotlines.